In a dimly lit studio, Jesse's closed eyes are captured in a close-up shot, radiating an angelic beauty. As the camera slowly pulls back, her twisted and bleeding body emerges, ensnared in a tattered dress, suggesting a recent violent incident. Dean, a slightly awkward yet handsome man, is entranced by Jesse's figure. The mechanical click of the shutter contrasts with the eerie quiet of the room, revealing that the apparent crime scene is, in fact, a fashion photo shoot. I fell for it the first time I saw it. Anyway, later, in the makeup room, Jessie sits before a mirror, staring at her reflection with wide eyes. Across the room, Ruby, a simultaneously iron-willed and fragile woman of 27, watches Jessie intently. Sensing Ruby's gaze, Jessie begins removing the makeup. Ruby, holding a fistful of makeup brushes, apologizes for staring, attributing it to the occupational hazard. Jessie has a revelation, realizing that Ruby did her makeup an hour ago. Ruby jokes about Jessie having a stroke between then and now, and Jessie, not catching the humor, apologizes. Ruby, touched, offers to help and introduces herself. As Ruby wipes away bloody makeup from behind Jessie's ear, she learns that Jessie is new in town, having moved from Ridgecrest near Death Valley just 6 weeks ago. Ruby expresses a genuine understanding, smiling as she acknowledges Jessie's perfect skin. Probably swings both ways. Oh, what she does later will shock you, inviting Jessie to join them at a club in West Hollywood. At the party, Ruby and Jessie walk in with soaring music and people dancing. Ruby meets up with her friends and introduces them to Jessie. Jessie, feeling uncomfortable, spots a pair of eyes watching her. They belong to Jack, 37, leaning casually against a pillar in a shadowed corner of the room. When their eyes connect, it is unclear how long he has been looking at her. Jessie then encounters two models with Australian accents, Sarah and Gigi. Throughout the evening, Gigi boasts incessantly about her extensive plastic surgery experiences. Her doctor is a wizard. Then, while Sarah firmly asserts that the crucial factor in this town is who you're having sex with. Despite facing some hostility from seasoned models, Jessie finds pleasure in the festivities. She particularly enjoys observing a naked model appearing to soar over a stage, suspended beneath a mysterious blue upside-down triangle, all set to the rhythmic pulse of flashing strobe lights. The following morning, Jessie interviews at a prestigious modeling agency. Her interviewer, Roberta Hoffman, showers her with compliments on her beauty and the prediction that she will be great. Jessie informs Roberta she's in it to win it. Roberta fixes this with a parental consent form. She pretty much fires two other models while going to retrieve the form. Jessie marks her signing celebration that night with Dean, driving up to the Hollywood Hills to admire the city lights below. During their time together, Jessie opens up about her lifelong sense of lacking talent, but expresses confidence in her ability to capitalize on her looks for financial success. Although Dean harbors a crush, he exercises caution due to Jessie's youth. Recognizing Dean as a moral compass, Jessie seeks his advice on whether she should indeed lie about her age. Encouragingly, Dean suggests she follow her instincts. Yeah, like that would help a sheep in a world of wolves. Jessie's next venture leads her to a photo shoot with the esteemed photographer Jack, following a makeup session by Ruby. Upon assessing Jessie, Jack declares the shoot to be a closed set, leaving them alone. In an unexpected turn, he instructs Jessie to disrobe, proceeding to apply gold paint to her body in an intimate session that results in stunning photographs. Following the shoot, Jessie reunites with Ruby outside, who cautions her about individuals like Jack. Grateful for Ruby's friendship, Jessie values the offer to reach out if she ever needs assistance. Later at a diner, Ruby joins Gigi and Sarah, where they collectively observe Jessie's rapid ascent in the modeling scene. Ruby concedes that there's something uniquely captivating about Jessie, much to the irritation of Gigi and Sarah. Meanwhile, that night Jessie enters her motel room, leaving the front door partially open. Attempting to turn on the lights proves futile. An unsettling feeling grips Jessie as she senses a presence within. Quickly, she steps out, slamming the door shut. Outside, Jessie gazes at the door, uncertain of her next move. Jessie rushes to Jerry's motel management, where the night manager, Hank, sits at the front desk, uninterested and engrossed in grooming himself. Jessie informs him of the intruder in her room, but unperturbed, Jessie begins dialing the police. Hank intervenes, calling in Mikey, a grungy biker, to assist. Together, they ascend the stairs towards Jesse's room. Hank, trailing behind, lecherously eyes Jessie and winks when she catches him. At the door, Jessie struggles with her key, prompting Hank to send Mikey for a spare, and Mikey forcefully kicks the door open. Inside, the room is in disarray, with Jessie's belongings scattered everywhere. Hank accuses her of causing the damage to avoid paying. Jessie denies any involvement. Mikey discovers the window open and a wildcat feasting on another animal. The following day, Jessie attends a casting call where she encounters Sarah, who reacts negatively to her presence. An unnamed fashion designer at the audition appears unimpressed with most models, but becomes immediately infatuated with Jessie. She is swiftly hired, devastating Sarah. In her distress, Sarah breaks down in a bathroom, hurling a trash can at the mirror. Discovering Sarah's emotional turmoil, Jessie enters the bathroom and attempts to console her, complimenting her. Sarah, resentful, questions what it feels like to be adored when entering a room. Jessie admits it's everything. A confrontation ensues, leading to Jessie accidentally cutting her hand on a broken mirror shard. In a bizarre turn, Sarah tries to drink Jessie's blood by licking her injured hand. Panicking, Jessie flees to her motel. Later, Dean discovers Jessie bloody and unconscious. Taking care of her, he removes the shard from her hand and pays Hank for the damaged door. Hank taunts Dean, insinuating that Jessie isn't worth the trouble unless he is doing the naughties with her. He even suggests a nearby runaway for Dean, a proposition that disgusts him. At a fashion show orchestrated by the unnamed designer, both Jessie and Gigi participate, but the designer singles out Jessie as the coveted closing model, further intensifying the envy among Gigi and the other models. The show kicks off and Jessie experiences a vivid hallucination, witnessing mirror images of herself engaged in intimate acts within another blue triangle. Later, Jessie invites Dean to an exclusive event with the designer and models. Throughout the evening, the designer incessantly critiques Gigi's multiple plastic surgeries, emphasizing Jessie as a rare gem amidst a sea of mediocrity. A dispute arises when the designer asserts that beauty is paramount, suggesting that Dean would not have been interested in Jessie if she weren't beautiful. Frustrated, Dean departs from the party. Jessie finds Dean waiting for her at the hotel, prompting him to question her desire to emulate the superficial world they've encountered. In response, Jessie claims that in reality, they all aspire to be like her. Despite Dean's concerns, Jessie decides to end their relationship. That night, Jessie has a harrowing dream where Hank intrudes into her room, methodically pressing a knife down her throat while softly insisting she open her mouth wider. She awakens abruptly to the realization of an unidentified man attempting to enter her room. Despite her attempts to secure the locked door, she overhears the intruder breaking into the adjacent room and subjecting a runaway to his advances. Disturbed by the unsettling events, Jessie reaches out to Ruby, who invites her to spend the night at an opulent mansion she's house-sitting. Seeking solace, Jessie confides in Ruby, but the night takes a disconcerting turn when Ruby, misinterpreting Jessie's vulnerability, attempts to initiate an intimate encounter. Jessie clarifies her sexual orientation as straight and discloses her virginity. Undeterred, Ruby persists, prompting Jessie to forcefully push her away. The following morning, a disgruntled Ruby heads to her second job at the morgue, where she applies makeup to bodies awaiting burial. In a disturbing turn of events, she fantasizes about one of the deceased women, envisioning her as Jessie. Engaging in explicit acts, Ruby pleasures herself while atop the lifeless body. Back at the mansion, Jessie adorns herself in an elegant gown provided for her and spends the day meticulously applying an elaborate layer of makeup. Upon Ruby's return, she discovers Jessie standing on a diving board overlooking an empty swimming pool. Jessie shares her realization that people have always coveted her looks, asserting that some individuals would go to extreme lengths to attain her beauty. Retreating into the house, Jessie encounters Gigi and Sarah, questioning if they're hosting a party. To her dismay, they violently attack her, prompting a frantic chase back outside to Ruby. Reiterating her earlier sentiments, Ruby pushes Jessie into the deep end of the dry pool. The fall proves fatal for Jessie, and her lifeless body is claimed by the three girls. In a gruesome turn, they proceed to devour parts of her body and immerse themselves in her blood, unveiling their true nature as Elizabeth Bathy Vampires. The following day, the three Bathy Vampire girls resume their routines. Meanwhile, Gigi accompanies Sarah to a beach house photo shoot directed by Jack. During the shoot, Jack abruptly dismisses another model and praises Gigi's beauty, integrating her into the shot next to Sarah. However, Gigi falls severely ill and rushes to a bathroom. Sarah hurries to her side, only to witness Gigi regurgitating one of Jesse's eyeballs. In a state of panic, Gigi exclaims, "I need to get her out of me!" and takes her own life with a pair of scissors. Unfazed, Sarah consumes the regurgitated eyeball and nonchalantly returns to the photo shoot as the film concludes abruptly. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more content. Feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, take care and stay awesome.